God damn, that was a long weekend. Let's crack on with another week. Oh, lovely tingles to start the week. Hello, humans. Hello, flipping spatulas. Yo, Bodach, did you have a good weekend? Yes, I did. I had a lovely weekend. How was yours? Anyway, hello, humans. Welcome to the stream. Let's not talk in my normal voice. Ha! Forgot to put it on. Hello, humans. Welcome to the stream. My podcast. My desperate need for attention. My show. My name is Bodach, and I was exiled here to Earth. Framed for crimes I didn't commit. But that's a story for another day. This is my thing. I ramble, I chit-chat, I fight technical glitches. I've probably been neuralized by the Men in Black multiple times, but considering there's not a rabbit hole not worth my time. I wear my tinfoil hat with pride, never shy of speaking my mind. Join me, help me, enable my bad choices. Maybe then I will finally complete a stream without a glitch. I live in a castle, it's not mine. Don't know who owns it, never met them. But I've been here for years and no one checks. My man cave is here. I have my own gym. And there's this weird mirror down in the basement that shows me memes. I host my own talk show where I invite guests on for a chinwag. I also host a quiz show, Silly Sausages, and sometimes I try a bit of open mic down at the local comedy club. I also have the honour of being a regular guest speaker at the Institute for Science, Memes, Entertainment and Gaming. You can find my previous Smeg talks on all my channels. I'm not alone. My mate Jasper is behind the scenes. He hides ears from my world. But the less you know about them, the better. It's for your own safety. Jasper is my producer, my editor, my security, my driver, my cook. He's my Easter bunny and my drug dealer. I stream on Twitch, YouTube, Kick, X, Facebook, Rumble, Trovo and TikTok. Well, not for long. No. And you can also follow me on Instagram, BitChute and Odyssey. Head to the Bodach.show. It's my website. Built it myself. There you'll get links to all my stuff. If you've got accounts on it, by all means give me a follow. It really helps me, even if you don't use the platform. And yeah, feel free to jump in a chat and feel free to clip and share anything that you see. Enjoy. And let's crack on. Flipping spatches. Mine was fabulous. I went up north on Valentine's weekend. Oh, did you now? I wonder what you got up to. What's on the agenda today? Knowledgeable fisticuffs. But there's something else I want to do. I've made some updates to the quiz. Wait. Yeah, join the quiz. So I want to do a test quiz. Hopefully there's some people around. I know I don't normally do a quiz on a Sunday, but after last Thursday's absolute shit show of a quiz, I made some changes, and hopefully there's a couple of people around that want to help. Want to help me out and do a test. I will get round to it. Same as always. Sorry, I'm bloody too many things to look at. Right, quiz. Western Mass Climber. Wow, he's in there, is he? Yeah, I want to do a test quiz. So what I've done is I've made some changes. So now, first things first. The quiz is going to give you 15 seconds. What's up? What's up, Western Mass Climber? The quiz is going to give you now, the question won't come up and then the answer one by one come up and then go. You're going to get the whole lot. The question and the answers all at the same time. And if you don't answer in 15 seconds, too slow. I made these changes after Thursday. And I made it 15 seconds because I did some trial runs. And 10 seconds is just a bit too quick. Would love to join if you recognize my win on Thursday. Lane. God damn it, Lane. Why am I always being held hostage over some victory of yours? I'm going to do the quiz. I'm going to do it's the world's easiest quiz. It's not a serious quiz. I just need to make sure that it stops glitching. And I've also removed... There's a thing called Cloudflare. For people that don't know what that is, it's like a security wall. I've taken that away. I only use it for its free CDN anyway. So the people that kept getting glitched out, I think because of the way I made it, it was making Cloudflare think that certain users were a bot. So it's like, nah, get lost, mate. And then they were getting glitched out and it wouldn't go. So I'm hoping the glitching might be fixed. And with the new rules, the new way it works, there should be less nonsense. But anyway, before we get to that, I want to do some jokes. Hopefully one day I'll tell a joke that people will find funny. Hello, my name's Bodach. Hello, welcome. You see me here before a few times. Doesn't normally go well. But I've got some jokes about Princess Diana. Let's see what you make of these ones. Why did Princess Diana have a Mercedes? She wouldn't be seen dead in a Skoda. She wouldn't be seen dead in a Skoda. No. Okay. Why did Elton John sing at Princess Diana's funeral? Because he was the only queen that gave a fuck. Come on, that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay. What's the difference between Princess Diana and a beautiful bed of flowers? Approximately 6 feet? No? Okay. What do Princess Diana and a Ferrero Rocher have in common? They both come out of France in a fancy box. Too soon? Too soon? No? Okay. Why did Princess Diana cross the road? Because she wasn't wearing a seatbelt. No. Okay. What's the difference between a BMW and a Mercedes? BMW doesn't get any royalties. Okay. What do Princess Diana and a landmine have in common? Both were laid by Arabs. No. Okay. What do Princess Diana and Pink Floyd have in common? Their last big hit was The Wall. All right. Okay, so all right, we'll move on from the Diana jokes. Fine, whatever. What do you call a good-looking epileptic? Fit. Fit. Because they have, you know, they have fits. Okay. What's blue and doesn't fit? A dead epileptic. No? Okay. What does it say on a black epileptic's t-shirt? Help me. I'm not breakdancing. No. Okay. What do you call an epileptic in a brush? Russell? Yeah, all right. Well, like I say, if you're not going to laugh at any of their jokes, I'm just going to fuck off then. You. Jasper. Still tingles. Still bloody tingles. I swear to God, the people that go to that comedy club, they've got no taste in comedy. They never laugh at my jokes. Anyway, tonight we're doing a quiz. A test quiz. A quiz that means nothing. And there's me looking at my own stream. As I said before, I've made some changes, so hopefully it goes a bit smoother without less glitching. What's up, Joey? Right, there's 12 of you. There's 12 of you, so let's jump in a quiz. Hang on, I'll go back to the room. Let me go back to my other room. Right, if you want to get into this test quiz, go to quiz.bodach.show, set your name, put the pin in, boobs. Spell boobs like you would on a calculator. We've got Western Mass Climber and Lane. Okay, we've got 2 players. I only need a few players to test it, actually. It's the world's easiest quiz. If you get questions wrong, you should question your education system. Hang on, I've got too many. I need to make my setup way less ridiculous. Hey, Jerry, I see you in a quiz. See you in there. Want me to see if it glitches for me again? Yes, please, Black Betty. I would very much appreciate it. It's not a serious quiz. I've changed it. Oh, sorry, I also forgot. At the very end, I've got a button. I think you asked. Yes, please, Black Bay. At the end, when the scores are on the stream, I press a button to make it go away. But which also made it go away from your screens. So now when I do that, it should also stay. And it will also just save the scores at the very end into the database. So I can actually keep track of who won. So I won't lose the scores anymore. Give me a minute, I'm in traffic. All right, Weston. So yeah, just a few updates. Hang on. So we've got Western Mass Climber, Lane, Joey, Western Mass Climber sucks eggs, and Wild Black Betty. Who's put their name as Western Mass Climber sucks eggs? Weston, do you suck eggs? All quizzes are serious. Oh, mate, I like Western Mass Climber's competitiveness. Can always respect that. I should have done my first segment first. Oh look, we got a spam bot. Hello, friend. Why do people do this? Who actually goes for this when you start streaming? You see these bots. Hello, friend. You stream so very well. Well, thank you, bot. That's why I followed you. I do see you streaming a lot, and I got a proposal for you. I will share your stream to a Kick community for you to hit 1,500 followers with 700 viewers and earn nothing less than $1,000 per streaming and enable your sub button. Add me on Discord. Oh, best promoter 9. Why do these people always fall for this? If the thing is, if these people had a magic formula to make a stream just go massive and earn loads of money, they would just do the stream and earn loads of money. No one's just going to give you free advice. I've understood. Is there new streamers that see these bots come up in the messages and actually think it's good? Western Mass Climber playing in traffic again. You might do. Western Mass Climber hates eggs. Well, someone's named themselves suggesting you suck them. Hang on. I've lost my bloody place now. Hang on. Here we go. I parked Black Betty, don't worry. Okay. It is literally just a test quiz. I just need some testers. I think I got enough. I got 1, 2, 3. I got 5 players. There's no mystery teapot on offer tonight. Should we just crack on? I just need it to test. Right, okay. Let's go. Let's go and rattle it through. That's a funny name. Wonder who it is. Yeah, but I got Wild Black Betty in there as well. What's the egg thing? Have I missed a joke somewhere? Telling Cheds he lost his title anyway. That's up to you. Crack on then. Right, let's go. Do a quick quiz test. We're going to do a quick test. Let me know if it's fucking tingling. Welcome to Silly Sausages, the quiz show, the glitchiest quiz show on all of YouTube. Tonight, we're doing a quick test to test a new setup. Just to remind you of the changes, now the question and all the answers are going to come up at the same time, and you have to answer within 15 seconds or you miss. The scores will now be remembered and they'll stay on your screen at the end instead of disappearing. And when we do quizzes in the future, I will do a little community post to let people know who won. Remember, you still got to double tap your answers and let's see if it catches you out. Right, it's just a general knowledge quiz. First question. Right, remember, the stream is on a delay, so pay attention to your screens. You're going to get 15 seconds. I'm going to just wait until that's had time to get through to you all. Yes, you have to double tap, Lane. Still double tap. So question, answers all at once, and you get about 15 seconds. This is either going to go well, or it's not going to go well. It's going to go really bad. But let's crack on. Just let me know if it glitches. If it glitches, we'll just stop and I'll piss off and make it better. Right. Remember, it's going to come thick and fast. 15 seconds. Boom. What is the primary ingredient in traditional guacamole? Avocado, tomatoes, lime or lime? I don't know, I got lime twice. It's a quick test. It's a quick test, and you've all answered guacamole. Yeah, you've all answered avocado even. Oh God, it's been a long weekend. Hang on, let me work it out. Oh, no. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've done 10 hours of driving. Boom. Next question. In which sport would you use a shuttlecock? Volleyball, tennis, table tennis, or badminton? It should be coming at you all at once, and you got to answer before it disappears. Boom. It is the world. Black Betty missed one. You didn't answer in time. Tell me it's not glitching again. I'm looking out for Black Betty in particular because he's the one that experienced the glitches. This is just a test quiz, by the way. There's no prize on offer, so by all means, jump in and help me test. It doesn't matter. There's no winner. Just jump in and test. We had changes. Right. Next question. What is the capital of Australia? What is the capital of Australia? Canberra, Sydney, Melbourne, or Brisbane? What is this sneaky quiz? Chat ahead. I've made changes to the quiz, and we're testing it tonight. Black Betty said he's going to hold the victory over you, but jump in. So their answers. Where's the best club? I didn't answer quick enough. Well, Black Betty's answered. Both reveal the answer. It's Canberra. I thought it was Sydney, but yeah, catch you out. The capital of Australia is Canberra. I didn't know this either. Found out today. When the AI told me that, I was like, fuck off. No way. and I googled it, and it really is. Who is the author of Lord of the Rings? J.K. Rowling, J.R.R. Tolkien, George R.R. Martin, or C.S. Lewis? Nice, everyone's answered, Bob. J.R.R. Tolkien. For the question. What is the term for a baby kangaroo? Is it a cub, a kit, a joey, or a pouch? Don't just say the answers in the chat. Join the quiz and help me test this. It comes at you thick and fast now, and it's all on a timer, and you get 15 seconds. Cheddar head, put a kit. Okay. Of course, it's a joey. So that would be the end of a round. Let's go. Reveal scores. Lane 50. Okay, Lane's got bloody quiz skills. Definitely got quiz skills. Joey on 50. Western Mass Climber 40. Western Mass Climber suck eggs on 40. Wah, Black Betty 30. All right, next question. Oh, how are we liking this, by the way? Is this better? Tell me if this is worse or better. Massive fall from grace by Cheds. He did miss the first bunch of questions. Just let me know in the chat, please, if you prefer it this way. I would have smoked Lane. That's big talk, mate. Boom. Which of these is not a chess piece? Bishop, a duke, a knight, or a rook? Yeah, Cheddarhead just logged on. I don't have to press buttons now. I could just wait. It's way easier for me, by the way, with this setup, because I just have to wait. I was always having to press the button, press the button, press the button. Now it's just, I press a button, boom, it throws it at you and tells me when you're all done. Of course, it's a duke. Next question. What is the main ingredient in hummus? Lentils, beans, peas, or chickpeas? Better having all answers at once. Good. I'm glad. I hope it's harder to Google because it just comes at you. Brutally honest. It's a test quiz, Brutal. It's a test quiz. It's not a real quiz. I'm testing I've changed it. You'd be eating my dust mature. There's no winners tonight, Brutal. I've made changes to the quiz, so the questions all come at you at the same time, and you only get 15 seconds to answer. And I'm just making sure tonight that it works. And then if it does, and I get some good feedback, I'll stick with it, and this will be how it works every Thursday. Yeah, but yeah, don't worry about it if you've missed out. Jump in right now. You are guinea pigs. You're my guinea pigs tonight. If you jump in, just let me know how it works. Let me know if it's responsive. Gilly would Google answers even for a test quiz. Possibly. Yeah, but are you in here? Let me have a look at the players. Okay, you are in. Help him be a guinea pig for me today. Right, reveal the question. Who is the lead guitarist of Guns N' Roses? Axl Rose, Duff McKagan, Slash, or Izzy Stradlin? It's so easy for me on this end, by the way. I press one button, throws it at you, and then just tells me when it's done. It's going to make running the quiz a lot easier, and it's going to make it easier for me to keep up with the chat and stuff, because I don't have to focus in so many buttons. I missed the Australia question. Probably would have got it wrong anyway. Man, I didn't even know. Right, Borge. Yeah, of course, yeah, it's Slash. What country invented the sport of rugby? Is it England, Australia, New Zealand, or Scotland? Oh, man. Is anyone glitching? Let me know if you're glitching. Oh, God, it's so good. One button and it does it all. This is so much better. Of course it was England. Who put Scotland? Black Betty? Matua. Is that am I pronouncing that name? Matua. But it's Scotland. Who was the protagonist in the video game The Legend of Zelda? Was it Zelda, Ganondorf, Link, or is that a silent E? Epona or Pona? Who's glitched? Tell me the glitch. That was less than 15 seconds. It can't be. Thank you, Rodak. Okay, perfect pronunciation. Mature. Like, don't just say glitch and troll me. Tell me what the glitch is. If you tell me what the glitch is, I can fix it. Glitch on the rugby question. What's a glitch? When is the next quiz night? It's on Thursday. I do quiz night every Thursday, brutal. And the next MMA quiz is on the 6th. Thought the underarm throw was invented to transfer haggis over long distances. I mean, you can't fault the logic. I need you to explain any glitches. The fuck is Zelda? It's a computer game. In which city would you find the Colosseum? Athens, Paris, Madrid, or Rome? The glitch is that Lane is gonna lose. I love the fighting talk. It's a test quiz. In which city would you find the Colosseum? Rome. Right, who got this one wrong? Oh, you all got it right. Oh yeah, sorry. Reveal the scores. The ring question was too fast. It's 15 seconds. So Joey, 110. Western Mass Climber, 90. Lane, 80. Rah, Black Betty, 80. Western Mass Climber sucks eggs at 16. Cheddarhead's coming up from the rear. He's catching up. Bodach in Paris. Bodach in Paris. Hello, Pax and Pax. How are you? Right, let's just rattle through these test questions. Which country is the origin of the martial art karate? Karate. Karate. Where I'm from, they go karate. Let's see who's got. Western Mass Climber failed to answer. Cheddar, you put China. Matura put Japan. Who's Japan? All been smooth for me. No glitch. Yes, Black Betty. Japan, but I was too slow. Okay. We like the format, yeah? Because a lot of people want me to try and make it. What the fuck? That was too fast. It's 15 seconds. Come on. I was rolling a joint. If it is really too quick, I might consider upping it to 20 seconds, but I asked to chat on Thursday and they wanted it 10 seconds. I've already added 5. Which country is home to the ancient city of Machu Picchu? Is it Mexico, Peru, Brazil, or Argentina? I don't have to press any buttons. Oh, I love this. It's Peru. Perfect amount to prevent Googling. Yes, Black Bear, that's what I'm going for. 20 seconds is too fast. It's up 15. I vote for 20 seconds. Come on, Cheddarhead. If this might be Cheddarhead's weakness, we might finally have a quiz that he doesn't fucking win. I think we should keep it at this. If Cheddarhead is struggling, that's all I need to know. Format seems really smooth. Thank you, Joey. Hopefully this is improvement. Which country is the origin of Giuliano's favourite prostitute from? I'd like to say Mexico. 20 seconds is too slow. I mean, oh yeah. All right, so let's carry on. Let's just get this done because it's only a test. What is the primary language spoken in Argentina? Is it Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, or English? Oh, Lane's got Spanish. Rest of my I can see the answer. Joey's got Portuguese. Spanish. Ches needs a grading curve. If whatever it takes to stop Ched winning, I'll make it 5 seconds if it means he doesn't win again. Which country won the first FIFA World Cup in 1930? Was it Brazil, Argentina, Italy, or Uruguay? Cheds needs a tutor. Oh, the game has changed now. The game has changed. It's so much easier for me on my side. It's gonna make being able to like keep up with the chat and stuff way easier. Because like before, in the old setup, I had to keep pushing every little step. Now I just press 1 and the whole thing's automated. Then it pauses at the answers for me. It's Uruguay. Loving these South America questions. I literally just asked AI. I asked Grok on X just to give me 20 quiz questions, and this is what it gave me. I didn't even fact check it, by the way. I don't even know if these. I did fact check the Australia one because that just seemed mental. I thought Melbourne was the capital, but it's not. Joey, 130 Lane, 120 Western Mass Climber 100. Wow, Black Betty 100. Cheddar Head on 80. I missed one question that round. What is FIFA? That's the soccer. The soccer. Right, next question. Let's just rattle it. Let's get this done. All right. What is the currency of Japan? Is it a yuan, a yen, a won, or a dollar? Second guess myself. Don't do that. If it's a tie, do you choose the winner based on speed? I haven't actually accounted for that. The only problem is the delay is crazy. Yeah, you can't watch the stream. What do you mean the delay? You need to explain, Weston. It's a yen. Next question. Who is known as the father of modern physics? Is it Isaac Newton, Galileo Galilei, Albert Einstein, or Stephen Hawking? Yeah, what do you mean by the delay? Albert Einstein. Right, let's get this. 3 more questions. In which city is the headquarters of the United Nations located? London, Washington, D.C., New York, or Geneva? Ask Pacific Island questions. Cheddar and Lane will lose. It would be nice to have bet more winners, because Cheddarhead's kind of on a quiz version of Michael Jordan's Chicago Bulls run. He's just winning too often. It's New York. What does HTTP stand for in web addresses? Is it High Transfer Text Protocol, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, Hyperlinked Text Transfer Process, or Home Text Transfer Page? Hypertext Transfer Protocol. I knew that one. Right, last one. Which artist is famously known for cutting off part of his ear? Is it Pablo Picasso, Salvador Dali, Vincent van Gogh, or Claude Monet? That was insanely fast. Cheddarhead's not liking that speed. He's not liking the speed. It's 15 seconds. It's 15 seconds. Come on. Yeah, it was Vincent van Gogh. Right. Pay attention to this next bit because this is a big test. Usually is. Hello. Am I pronouncing your name right? Some of you need to make names that are easier for an idiot like me to pronounce. Right. Final scores. Right. Joey, 170. Joey, you did well. Joey, 170. Lane, 160. Western Mass Climber, 120. Waha, Black Betty, 110. Cheddar, 9. And Matua, 70. Right. I'm going to make the scores go away on the stream, but I need you to tell me if the scores stay up on your screen. Because this was making all the scores go away. All right. You should now be able to see the scores still, even though I've taken it away on my screen. And let me just check the database. Database, where's the database? Final scores. Boom! Fucking great. Right, I got your final scores. Lane 170. Joey 170. Lane 160. Western. So, my end, it's worked. I've now got a little database of all the final scores saved as a permanent record. And, yeah. Sorry, I'm not answering some just because of multitasking. No glitches. Thank you, Black Betty. Appreciate the feedback. It was caused, I think it was caused by Cloudflare. The way I built it, some of you might have anti-tracking enabled or ad blockers or something like that. And they strip away some key information from your HTTP headers into like a security firewall like what Cloudflare do. That makes you come across as like a bot because it, you know, when you strip away all that stuff, it's hard to tell that you're human. So when the quiz is like constantly requesting updates from the server, it's like, hang on, what the fuck's this? And it looks like a bot spamming. So it blocked it and then caused glitches. So I've turned that feature off. I can see them. Brilliant, Western. So yeah, that's it. So if everyone's happy with that, I'll keep that format. I'll keep that format for the for every Thursday going forward. Western Mass Climber, Jesus. Western Mass Climber seems like the Sean Strickland of quizzes. It's just a sparring session, mate. You don't need to go full. It's not full on. It's not hard sparring. No participation trophy. Anyway, let me know if you get any glitches and, well, you didn't. Hopefully there wasn't. And if you like the format, give me feedback on the time. It's set to 15 seconds at the minute. It would be... That's changeable, obviously, but I need to know what people like. Anyway, cheers for being my guinea pigs. Let's go do some other stuff, my guinea pigs. I haven't got any other tests. The rest of it's just my normal stream.
Knowledgeable Fisticuffs. Tomorrow's news in 2 days from today.
If you are watching this, you are part of the BKWA, Bodach's Keyboard Warrior Army. Backward! Fighting lies, tyranny, and corruption, one meme at a time. Legacy media is dying, my friend. And memes are now the world's #3 news source behind Elon Musk's X and Chuck Norris movies. If this segment isn't illegal, it will be eventually. Welcome to Knowledgeable Fisticuffs, your sword and shield against globalist scum. Thank you, Rodak. You're welcome. No more South American questions. I need to do more themed quizzes. Less general knowledge, more themes. Can you make it possible to switch answers? That's what the double tap's for, Joey. The first tap lets you know you selected it, and then you double tap to lock it in. I look forward to beating everyone at this Thursday. Yes. Remember the next MMA quiz? JVD has said he'll join. I'm looking for an opponent. So we got... Well, that's actually like 3 weeks away. So we got a couple of normal quizzes before then. Black Betty, I'll fight you. What's going on? Western and Betty. Western's taken this sparring session way too seriously. I have a gold medal in keyboard warrioring. Me too. Me too, Ma. Ma toi. Hey, I see COVID cases surging. I had my 7th booster in October, but wondering if I should get another. And if so, where from, please? Yes, get as many as you can. Get Western, must climb on. Western, you're welcome. I got multi-medals. Yeah, it's actually presenting. Lane has, I think she's, her has demonstrated some serious quiz skills. Oh yeah, Cheddar Head. I'm mumbling my fucking words tonight. Cheddar Head is the 3-pot champion. He's a champ. When someone says I'm highly educated, all I hear is I'm fully indoctrinated.
The Welsh Planning Inspectorate blocked a nuclear power station. This has just been in the papers this morning. Blocked a power station because of the effect it would have on the Welsh language. Because people would move to the area who didn't speak Welsh.
Oh my goodness.
And the Welsh Planning Inspectorate saw its role not to promote economic growth in Wales, which, by the way, needs a lot more economic growth, but instead they didn't want any new people coming to the area because fewer people would speak Welsh.
That's fucking ridiculous. The Welsh are weird. So they don't have a nuclear power plant because they would have had to get the skills from outside of Wales and they might not have spoke Welsh. Why have the Welsh got their own fucking language anyway? Weren't they fucking conquered like 1,000 years ago? You could be John Jones. That is true. Well, for this, hang on. I've had such a long weekend. I've done so much driving and I haven't had a lot of sleep. I think I might do the quiz as a clean slate. You can keep your 3 teapots. Lane can have their teapots back. But now that the quiz remembers the final scores permanently, what would you call it when you restart? So the old ways, it's clear that Cheddar Head is the champion of the old ways. But then going forward, we need to figure out who now. So like Cheddar Head is the champion of League One. But going forward, we're now going to call it the Premier League. And we'll see who wins now under the new paradigm. It's a bit fast lane, isn't it? 15 seconds is apparently Ched's kryptonite. I've got a sneaking suspicion Chedhead might have been Googling. Everybody was asking for it. Everyone kept saying it needs to be quicker because people Google it. I'm Royce Gracie. You're the Royce Gracie of quizzes. You'll get the hang of it by Thursday. Is Welsh a Celtic language? Is Welsh a Celtic language? I don't actually know. Because you get Gaelic. When you grow up in Scotland, you do learn a bit of Gaelic. Why did it? Oh, it is, look. Yes, Welsh is a Celtic language. It is part of the Brittonic subgroup of Celtic languages, along with Cornish. Cornish is a Celtic language. Well, is Gaelic a Celtic language? Shit, how do you spell Gaelic? Yeah, that's Welsh. Celtic refers to a broader language family of. It's. Oh my god! What? I'm fucking mashing the wrong buttons. Yeah, Gaelic's a bloody language, right? Oh, so there's a bunch of Gaelic languages then. Fair enough. The more you know. Googling is for the weak. Yes, I agree. There'll be no more Googling on the quiz unless you do it incredibly quickly. Everyone in top 3 Googles. What's RMB? So I don't know what you mean. Crashed out. Yeah, Welsh is Celtic. Gaelic, yeah. You had to learn Gaelic in school in Scotland. Cheddar speaks garlic. What did Lane? Why did Noah build an ark when he could have simply paid more taxes to stop climate change? The thing that pisses me off about the climate change thing is that people need to really be specific. Because you get like climate change deniers, but they make it out like you think the climate never changes at all. And I think most people who are skeptical, they know that the climate changes on its own, right? What they deny is the crisis and the apocalyptic outcome of the world getting warmer by 2 degrees. I think most skeptics follow other sciences. Like you got the geological evidence that during the Roman era, the Roman Empire era, the world was actually several degrees warmer. And then there was a medieval warming period where the earth got warmer. And these are times where records were kept, and there's no record of climate catastrophes. So even if the man-made climate change was happening and we were warming the planet up, the end result isn't a cataclysm. It's actually the planet just gets wetter and warmer, and it becomes easier to grow food in that environment, and it will actually lead to a period of agricultural abundance and not a fucking apocalyptic event. Anyway, you have to learn Welsh in Wales too. That's just why. Lane, you said it's a dying language. 50 points for being negative. Minus 50 points for being negative. It is a dying language though, isn't it? You're just mad I lapped you on the quiz. Climate changes every day. Exactly. It changes with or without humans. But like, as soon as you say you're a skeptic, people just immediately think that you're denying the climate ever changes. And obviously that's quite a retarded viewpoint. So you have to be specific. You say, yeah, I don't think man makes that big a difference to climate. And even if they did, it's not going to be that bad if it warms up a bit. It'll actually be easier to grow food. I've heard that the deserts are shrinking. You know what I mean? If that's true, that like I was told that London would be underwater. It's not. I was told that polar bears were going to go extinct, but apparently their population's increasing. The polar bears are increasing because there's more food for them. People blaming the California wildfires on climate change are mentally feeble. I know. Especially when you see so many people actually starting the fires, like the arsonists and stuff. Like they're caught on foot. There's cameras everywhere. All you see is gold. Oh, you're going to be upset if you lose. Fair enough. Lane's penis touches her belly button. If mine did that, I'd show it off. I'd just go on stream and just, there you go. Look at that. That would be my content. If my penis could do that. I'll tie one hand behind my back next time, don't worry. You can still answer the quiz. Well, you only need one finger to answer the quiz, so that's not really a disadvantage, is it, Lane? Limited control burning and state-sponsored arson were more likely the reason. Oh, absolutely. I know that there's the more radical view that there's energy weapons being used. And people think you're a conspiracy theorist, but you're not. The military absolutely do have energy weapons and energy beam weapons because they've used them. When they go into a country and you go to war and conflict, you can use these energy beam weapons to burn crops and fuck your enemy over because they won't be able to feed themselves. They absolutely do exist. And you see these, do you know the cameras you get on all the front doors now? Everyone's got these doorbell camera things. And there's loads of footage from them that shows you these weird things coming out of the sky, these beams. And you don't know if it's real or not, but if it is, you know what I mean? Because the other thing about the Californian fires, it wiped out an area that just so happens to cover the bit where they wanted to do some high-speed rail infrastructure. And now all those people are going to have to sell their property and land that doesn't exist anymore on the cheap. Anyway, just a theory. California is supposed to be a giant island by now, isn't it? I know. The thing is about the water levels, I always refer people to the Statue of Liberty because it's the most photographed landmark next to a body of water in the whole world. And you can look at the photos from 100 years ago and you can compare it to now and the fucking sea level's the same. They tell us it's several feet high, but it's not. It clearly isn't. Polar bears can swim 400 miles. Ice melting won't cause issues for them. They don't live on ice, though. They live on land. Do you think wildfires like that can be man-made? Of course they can. The actual wild... Like, the fire is wild. Don't get me wrong. It's a wildfire. It's got a life of its own and it's carried by the wind. That bit's real. It's how it starts. It's just how it starts. Like, you think of a house. An entire house can burn down and then take half the street with it. And it can all start by someone failing to put a cigarette out properly. As soon as a fire starts, that's it. It takes a life of its own. All you have to do is start it. And the rest does itself. But it's not fucking climate change. The Native Americans speak of the wildfires of California. They've been a problem since before it was colonized. Yeah, a little cigarette can start a wildfire. The thing is, like, you don't understand like how easy these things. When you're in California, it's so dry. It's a desert, but it's a desert with there's a lot of foliage, isn't there? So you get like a base level of. Because they don't do the forest floor management because they think it upsets the wildlife. If you get a bunch of frat boys go out into go out for a drink and stuff, and they drink bottles of beer, and then they throw the bottle, maybe the bottle smashes and they just leave it there, and then the sun catches that bottle just right, it can act like a magnifying glass and start fires. There's 1,000,001 ways these fires can start. There's so many things. Cigarettes, arson, just having glass. Like, people don't realise, like, things can be fucked up. You see it in the buildings, right? They build these glass buildings. Where was it again? One of them, it was so mental that the sun reflected off of the new glass building that was resurrected, and it started burning all the cars in the car park. There's so many ways these wildfires can start. Do you think COVID-19 was man-made as well? I thought that had been proven. I thought the COVID-19 thing, I thought that was the accepted narrative now, that it was gain-of-function research funded by Fauci. And that's why Biden pardoned him on the way out. Birds are arsonists. They may be. It's like a tinderbox. Yeah, because in California, they were really lazy with their forest floor management, right? You live in a desert prone to forest fires and you don't maintain the forest floors. It's like, what kind of policy is that? You're just asking for your city to burn down. I remember my ex-wife studying environmental science at college 15 years ago. Tried to tell her she was being lied to. She was pissed. Yeah, that's another massive problem. The academics, they think they're the authority, but they don't ever question where the textbooks come from. And are they Rockefeller textbooks? Are they Soros-sponsored textbooks? You know what I mean? Good work, Western. Gaslighting is a lost art. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, education has its place, but you know, the educated often see themselves as the authority, but they're not really. It's the educators. Where does the literature come from? And is that literature trustworthy? And when you look at it, a lot of literature, especially with the climate stuff, it's all sponsored by the Rockefellers and all that kind of people, and BlackRock and that. And they have an interest in they have a financial interest in creating perpetual crisis. SARS has been around since the 90s. COVID is a SARS variant. Okay. They're in the lab. They're fucking with viruses. I think certain countries like America, that they banned gain of function, so they just send money to China where it's not banned, and they do it there. Europe has a lot of people really good at soccer. Are you from the UK? I'm from the UK, yeah. Well, look at the Ukraine shit. There was some sketchy shit going in Ukraine. When you look at the buildings that got flattened, there's a lot of evidence has disappeared in the Ukraine war. Very convenient war. That's an incredibly convenient war. Was suspicious how Bill Gates and them had a mock global pandemic roundtable months before the real thing. Yep. And they had a training exercise about 2 planes hitting the World Trade Center. They were literally on a drill when it happened. And they had a drill about that exact same scenario just weeks before. And you mention it and they think you're fucking mental. Anyway, EU introduces regulation permitting worms in food. Yay, I think we should rejoin. The EU allows up to 4 grams of mealworm per 100 grams of bread. Rolls, pasta products, processed potato products, cheese, dairy products, fruit and vegetable, compotes, whatever. Ursula von der Leyen personally signed a regulation. Mealworm, if you go and look up mealworm, it's labelled as not fit for human consumption. Not fit for human consumption, and now 4% of the fucking bread's going to be made of it. Fucking hate the EU. It was live on YouTube. Why was it? I never saw that. COVID much different than SARS. It was fucking Fauci and his gain of function research, wasn't it? Why did Fauci get the blanket pardon? Why was the place where there's certain evidence for tomfoolery in Ukraine? Why was all that destroyed? Lane is an epidemiologist. Are you? Is that real? True, Mr. Pix. Are you, Lane? You're fascinating to get your insight if you are. You will eat bugs to change the weather. We will eat bugs to change the weather. Oh, God, people believe this shit. Why do they want us to eat the bugs? Like the bugs specifically, what the fuck is that about? I think, like I've said it before, what we need to do is we need to take the bug eaters and vegans, because vegans insist a vegan diet produces enough protein to substitute meat. Then you've got these globalists wanting to push the bugs to replace the protein source. I say we let the vegans and the globalists argue it out while the rest of us just eat meat. Because surely if the cows are really that bad and the chickens are really that bad, we can just all go vegan. And apparently there's enough protein. I don't know. I think we should just let them all argue it out. Israel was the only country where fertility increased during the pandemic. Isn't their culture very promiscuous? They encourage it. Yeah, the global population's collapsing later this century, isn't it? The global birth rate's fallen under 2.1. There's only a few places where it's still above 2.1. You believe it was designed to target Europeans? Yeah, they do say the Jays and the others are allies. And they don't like white people. Fauci was the highest paid government official during COVID. Him and his wife made millions on gain of function. Fucking criminal. He's a goblin, that man. Fauci, mate. His little goblin face annoys me. The tax scene too. He's a goblin of a creature, Fauci. Don't get me started on HIV. because he was the cheerleader for the fear-mongering HIV. I still don't think HIV really exists. When you look at everyone who died of HIV, they were on the medication. It's very hard to find substantial sources of someone catching HIV and saying, nah, I don't want the treatment, and then dying from it. It's funny how they get diagnosed with it, start taking medication, and die like afterwards. You know what I mean? Like the whole HIV fucking epidemic and that's fucking sketchy as fuck. And that was also fucking Fauci. COVID-19 and mass migration is about ethnocide of white people. I've heard the theory. I mean, it is like undeniable now that it's fashionable to be anti-white. Like, anti-white racism is never challenged. And they come up with this bullshit like, oh, you've got institutional power, so you can't be racist towards white people. They say bollocks like that. It's obvious, isn't it? Like, it's popular. And then, like, white self-loathing is encouraged. It's definitely encouraged. You know, part of the whole woke agenda is to be anti-white. And if you're white, you have to hate your ethnicity. It's like, it's not even subtle anymore. So yeah, Black Bit, I can believe that. It all ties to the Greater Israel Project and two-tier world they have in store. Yeah, I don't know if you can even talk about it. I got a warning on TikTok for talking about issues. But like when you, what is it? Oh, I can't remember the name of it. Is it the Talmud? What is that? What's the text where the Jays, they see themselves as the true humans and the rest of us are goyim and whatnot, and we're here to serve them, and our population is to be managed and not to be allowed out of control. Like the rest of us are just cattle. What I can't remember the scripture that comes from, but it's fucking weird. Like the proper, the real extremists of that religion, they really have weird views on humanity. The Zionists. Now, Zionists are people who think Talmud, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, their fucking beliefs are mental. We're cattle to them. Zionists are people that think that that Israel area is inherently theirs. And to be fair, the Bible and whatnot does mention the land and mentions it belonging to the Jews. So they have got millennium-old claim to it in many ways. Yeah, I think, isn't it the Zionist thing? It's just if you think that Israel is their true homeland. And it's mentioned in the Bible and whatnot. And the Romans reference it in their records. So it is their homeland. But yeah, the Talmud teachings, man, that's like, they believe some weird stuff. They see us as slaves, right? Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. It's already common knowledge. They don't care if you know. Yeah, they might not care if you know, but they definitely care if you speak about it, especially on public platforms. Because last year, like, anti-Semitism was kind of popular, wasn't it? There was a lot of it going around. Now they seem to be clamping down on it. Like, they want to shut Kanye West up, don't they? And they used him, he shared porn or something, that's why he got censored, but we know they didn't give a fuck about that because there's porn all over X. They just wanted to stop him being anti-Semitic, right? White folk should show reiterate. Why is there a space there? Reiterate all their contributions to the world. Isaac Newton, Great White. You all don't like polio. Thanks, a white dude. The television, the internet. Who invented the wheel? No, not the wheel. European aqueducts. Industrialized farming. It's the cold weather theory, though. Because there's ethnicities that aren't white, but they're still technologically advanced. But it's the cold weather theory, right? We should do a World War II quiz one of these Thursdays. I want to do themed quizzes. I mean, I'm going to have to at some point. Oh, Lane Second said, okay, we'll do a World War II quiz. Cheddar Head would probably lose that one. Cheddarhead's already making excuses because the new rules are catching him out. Do a World War II quiz. Okay, we'll do it. We'll do it. World War II quiz. It is my favourite war. It's a mental war because it's a war. It's a genuine war of extermination. Because most wars, like, they end when someone surrenders, and then you just take over their laws and whatnot. But we fucking exterminated them. We exterminated the Nazis. That's insane. That we didn't. Oh man, yeah. World War II is crazy. I think they allowed the anti-Semitism and Palestine rallies to scare European people to flee to Israel. Okay. What, flee to Israel? I would have thought it would be the other way around. It's hard to pick a side, isn't it? Because, like, you got the bacon deniers and the religion of peace. And the ones that run the world and their ways. Oh, the fucking games they play over our heads, man. They want their ethno-state. Yeah, they do. We'll give you extra seconds, so don't worry. Could we have the Europeans done recently? What? Cool. What have the Europeans done recently? Oh, that's right. Fuck all and cry about replacement. What have the Europeans done recently? I mean, you've got the internet. That's recent. And the internet's a pretty big deal. It was a British guy that invented the internet as we know it. It was a British guy, but on America's money. And he did it in America. The Americans claim they invented the internet, but they always forget the bit where an English guy did it. They also claim that they got to space first, and they forget that it was German scientists that took us there. You know, America claims a lot of things when it's normally European talent that leads the way. Only because everyone knows so much about WW2. Yeah, I would do it. Ched's Googling. Ched's Googling being exposed with the new time limit. Oh, Ched, you might have been found out. Here's a solid war. Bodach, look at me. All wars are Masonic sacrifices. I'm with you there, picks and packs. It's funny how the banks, and we know who owns those, fund both sides of every war. Saw a lot of I don't know what that Minaraf candlesticks in houses for sale on Rightmove recently. Okay, so they're going. Cheddar clearly googled. Ched's been found out. I was on my phone with the stream and the quiz only. Oh, it's all right, Cheddarhead. It only counts on Thursdays. Let's see what you got. A British, actually. Okay, I don't know. I'm guessing it's a J word. Remember when we built that big fucking tunnel under the sea to France? That was pretty special. I take umbrage with the American besmirchment. I think the fair thing to say is most of the big global achievements that require big teams, it's an international effort. It's normally America's money. Let's not deny it. America's had the money for the last 100 years.
Akron, I'm going to come to you in just a second, but Shaquille, you said that this isn't a religious thing, but you were protesting, you were one of the main protesters actually, at the Lady of Heaven film being banned some years ago because it criticised the Prophet Muhammad. And this is what you said. I've got a clip. This is what you said about laying your life on the line for the Prophet Muhammad, if we've got this clip.
Birmingham will not tolerate the disrespect of our Prophet, peace be upon him, and there will be outcomes from your actions. You will have repercussions for your actions. We have been trained from birth that we must defend the honor of our Prophet, and we will lay our life on the line.
Shit. But the thing is, he's a pedo, isn't he? It's literally in their scripture. He married a child and consummated the marriage. You pedo prophet, and you got to defend that guy. Yes, Lane. Thank you for the correction. What do you take umbrage with? The besmirchment. America's the bank of the world. Actually, that's London. God, America just pays for things, doesn't it? It's the world has been taking a piss out of America for a long time. Is he wearing a bomb vest under that England football shirt? He might be. It's suspiciously padded. He's a pedo prophet. I'm sorry. I don't understand how you can read the scripture and it says the age of the girl and that he consummates a marriage. I'm like, well, he's a pedo then. And you're going to go around attacking people with machetes and cutting their head off if they point it out. Fucking bacon denies, mate. They're off their head. May I play devil's advocate for a second? Of course you can. I wouldn't want the Bodach Show to be an echo chamber. Echo chambers breed extremism and no one needs that. Foreign aid. Foreign aid. Foreign aid. Money laundering. It's so true. The reason why they're losing their shit with Elon Musk and stuff is because everything has a fancy, woke, ideological name. Like, what was it? There was one of them that was sending millions to Africa, an African country, to investigate trans rights and to spread trans awareness and stuff. None of that money reaches Africa to do that stuff. It goes in the pockets of the lobbyists and the corporations. And all these people hear is Elon Musk is stopping some trans thing in Africa and they lose their fucking shit. And Elon Musk is literally like, listen, it's a fraud. It's bullshit. They're stealing your money and they're giving it these fancy names to make it sound virtuous and charitable when nothing can be further from the truth. It's a money laundering scheme. Almost all foreign aid is money laundering. But they don't care. All they hear is some trans person might not get money in Africa. They would never get the money. In those days, technically, everyone was a pedo, but only because they didn't know any better. Not saying it's a good thing or that I abide. It's just a sad fact. You might have a good point, Picks and Packs. You might have a good point. But there's a lot of that, and it's in the Bible as well. There's a lot of weird, fucked up things in the Bible, and Christians have sort of evolved. And they leave that bit out, right? They're like, yeah. Like the stuff about gay people and whatnot, they sort of backed away from it. They eat shrimp, right? You're not supposed to eat shrimp as a Christian, but they do. Where Islam is like, yeah, actually, that's a bit off, innit? Don't do that. The Prophet Muhammad, okay, but don't do that bit. They don't do that though, do they? They're still devout to how it's taught. Why is a contrasting take called Devil's Advocate? It's a good question. I don't know. Devil on one shoulder, angel on the other. Okay. Nice lanes there with the answers. Because if I didn't clarify my personal stance, I'd be strawmanned as a pedo mature. So it's a hard game to play. But someone has to do it. You've got to have the conversation. That's what I'm saying, Picks and Packs. The problem is you can't have the conversation. You can deconstruct the Bible and a Christian will debate you. And you can deconstruct Buddhism and all the rest of it and they'll debate you. But you can't deconstruct the Quran without these people getting outrageously angry and violent. And it's not just angry shouting. They're beheading people. People made a cartoon in France and they cut the fucking heads off in the street. We need to be able to talk about it, right? Because when someone gets sainthood, a man argues against the sainthood with the bishops. So he plays devil advocate pro bono. We truly are living in the best time, to be honest. I think we are. I think society's regressing a bit, and especially in the UK, we're on the verge of having blasphemy laws again. So we don't upset the bacon deniers. Yeah, Mr. Picks and Packs, I get what you're saying. Also, just say you are a pedo. But chill. Wow, thank you. Basically, he would try to find negative info to stop the canonization. good point. Can't remember how many of these I got. Why are ethics questions always like, is it ethical to steal bread to feed your starving family? And not, is it ethical to hoard bread when families are starving? Depends what you're doing with the hoard of bread. If you're hoarding bread so everyone can get a fair shot at getting some bread, then I think it is ethical. And also, you get credit for making the food. There's way too many people that just think food is a human right. You've got to make the food, or find a way to get something of value to go and get food, or grow the food yourself. Yeah, I don't actually like this meme. I think, no. The first question's the right way to say it. Is it ethical to steal bread to feed your starving family? Which it is. And it is ethical to hoard bread. If you're the one making the bread, of course you can hoard it. Speaking of canonization, Cannoneer did great on Saturday. Did he die? I've been away all weekend. I literally got back an hour before I went live. I haven't watched any of the USC or anything yet. There you go. The biggest money launderer in the world right now. Fucking Zelensky. Apparently half of the money that got sent to Ukraine didn't even make it there. Where the fuck's it gone? It's a money laundering scheme. It's ethical.
Do you think that people can identify?
It's ethical to get a job and buy bread for your starving family. Yeah. If you've got a family and they're starving and you got the money, of course it's ethical to go and steal it. What else are you going to do? Just roll up and wait to die? It's not unethical to hoard your food. It's unethical to steal the food, then hoard it, of course. I think they mean the state is the one hoarding the bread. Like the communists did. Well, obviously, if the communists, what they did, like Stalin took all the food, didn't he? He hoarded it for the rich and then sold most of it off for money, leaving his own people starving. There's nothing ethical about communism.
As other species.
So I'm going to restart this. This is fucking hilarious.
Do you think that people can identify as other species?
Yes, I absolutely believe, just as Ashley does, that anybody has the right to self-identify as they want. And that is a right that we across the Labour Party believe in. That's
Seriously,
why
Dominic?
Ashley's a fantastic appointment.
Sorry,
Seriously?
are you actually being serious now?
Of course I am, Tom.
This is not a
People
bit.
have got the right to identify as they want.
As a llama.
What Ashley was doing was she was using light-hearted humour to make a very serious point, which is that everybody has got the right to identify however they want.
What, Dominic, seriously? I do wonder whether in 10 years' time you'll still believe this.
Well, I firmly believe it now, and I think the Labour Party does too. Just because someone's got the right to identify as a llama doesn't mean they actually do identify as a llama. The right to do so, if you truly, in good faith, identify as a llama, is one that you have the right to do.
So does everyone else have to accept it? So if you say, I'm a llama, do I have to then say, you're a llama too? Do I have to, affirm you?
If I say it, and I'm saying it as a joke, if I don't truly believe it, no, you don't. But if I truly believe I'm a llama,
Do you not think you're mentally unwell if you believe you are a llama? I'm sorry, is that controversial?
I don't believe you're mentally unwell, no.
So what are you then? Because obviously you're deluded.
Why are you saying that? Someone's got a right to self-identify, Emily.
Oh my God, Dominic, seriously.
I'm actually at a loss for words here. I don't
think we've spoken before, but you are great.
I thought you'd come on here and say something like, oh, obviously she shouldn't have said it like that. She should have misphrased. But no, I mean, we've got a full throttle defence. This is, I'm actually gobsmacked.
It's fucking insane, isn't it? That guy, I think, does he identify as a walnut? I think he identifies as a fucking spastic. Cuba and Venezuela, perfect example. Yeah. It's just socialism and communism. Margaret Thatcher said something, one of the best things ever said. I don't like Margaret Thatcher because I don't like the Tories, but she said something so perfect about socialism. And that is, the problem with socialism is that eventually you run out of other people's money to spend. And it's so fucking true. And the same goes for communism. You eventually run out of other people's money to spend. Everyone starves. And it always ends in a violent revolt. It either collapses or ends in a revolution. It's not sustainable long term. And people who think China's like communist experiment, that failed. It's not really communist, is it? They started to go wrong. They had a famine throughout the 20th century and they fixed it by starting to bring in more capitalism. And they just slowly got more and more and more capitalist. And the state of China, as the CCP, is slowly and but surely losing more and more control. And the Chinese youth, they've checked the fuck out. I watched this thing called China Uncensored on YouTube. It was a really good thing to keep up with China. The youth, mate, the CCP, it's not gonna last, mate. There's either gonna be a clampdown and a violent revolt, or they're just gonna keep going more and more capitalist. It doesn't work. It never works. But yeah, these fucking people identifying as a llama, and the government are taking that seriously. Yeah, that guy, like the face on him. Look.
Do you think that people...
I mean, look at the face on him. I know this might seem a bit superficial, but I think when someone's got a massive head, it's a sign that they're a little bit... I always notice that sort of really, really smart people have more, you know, a slimmer bone structure. Like that guy's big boned. I always find big bone people, really big bone people on big heads. They ain't too bright.
People can identify...
I'm a llama too, so I can't ask for consent. Ah, it's this fucking shit. Why is my husband yelling? And you get a helpline straight away. Why is my wife yelling? Potential triggers for wife yelling include feeling unheard, financial stress, mental health struggles, disrespect. Yeah, that's probably... I mean, I don't think when men shout, I think like... But it's not a woman thing. It's not a woman thing. There is obviously a difference because the physical consequences are different with men. And for men, when men start shouting, that's when you lose control. That's feminine. Like real men don't start shouting at people. They stay calm. But the ability to stay calm even under pressure and in heated debates and arguments, that's very masculine. But yeah, the dualities are mental. The biggest group of victims, isn't it? I don't know if this is true. I remember hearing this somewhere, that men are actually more often the recipients of domestic abuse than women. When you define domestic abuse the way feminists want you to, which is shouting and put downs and whatnot, and the emotional blackmail and all that kind of stuff they call abuse now, men are actually the most common recipient of it. It's just women are the most common recipient of violent abuse. I don't know if that's true. I need to fact check that. But yeah, man. No man should be shouting that shit. Stay calm. It's the masculine way to be. Please don't fuck the llamas. If they're identifying as a llama, that's a good question. That's a good point, actually, Black Betty. If you meet someone and they identify as a llama, and you have sex with them, does it make you? Is that bestiality? Because apparently you got to affirm this fucking nonsense. Got to be careful. What happens if you fuck someone and then a few years down the line they identify as a llama? Does it go back? Because that's what they say, isn't it? Like, oh, I was always a man. I was always a woman. I'm now my true self. So it's the same. If they then identify as a llama, they were always a llama. That's their true self. So that would make everyone who's ever fucked them participants of bestiality. My grandma's name is Margaret. Shit, I've lost track. Seriously? Yep, he's serious. No, you don't have to accept it. I don't accept it. I want to go back to trannies being considered having a mental disorder. You got gender dysmorphia. Yes, the one, isn't it? Gender dysmorphia. Might as well well, don't identify as a goat, mate. You know what they're like. I heard, actually, from someone who knows, who's been there, that in India, bestiality is a really common thing because of how sex-starved the culture is. And I heard it's also a big problem in Dubai. There's a lot of bestiality. Because their culture is so restrictive and oppressive, and the women obviously walk around covered head to toe. These men are sex-starved, and bestiality is rampant. That is just a long-winded way to say animals can consent. It is. Fucking llama. Imagine I don't ban a llama. Please don't put the llama. I don't know. It's like when someone tries to claim they are born-again Christian. Oh my God. I never understood born-again Christians. It's like, what is that? It's a funny religion. Confess your sins and you'll be forgiven. I'm not buying it. If God was real, he doesn't seem like that kind of guy. Or woman, whatever you... At a hysterical Google search. I double-checked this, though. I did this. It didn't actually give me a helpline. So I don't know if it's just an American thing. Did Bodach just sneak diss Gilly? Did I? Oh, I've dropped the whole Gilly thing. I've dropped my video now. I'm done. I wouldn't have even done it if he didn't fucking crash out in my chat and crash out in my Instagram DMs trying to demand to know who I am and where I am so he can come and fight me. I thought, you know what? I'm going to do a video. But I'm done now. When the fun stops, stop. And he was fun to troll. But yeah, I'm done. I'm not the kind of guy that just keeps a beef going. I do have a few questions. If no chill or anyone wants to do a voice chat, I do have a few questions for the guy. Just a few Taekwondo questions, just to see if he's legit or not. Because I actually did grade a bunch in Taekwondo. I did it for like 4 or 5 years. So obviously I got an insight, and if he can just answer a few simple questions, I'll know if he's actually legit. I got a feeling that he won't be able to in mine, but yeah. Otherwise, whatever. I'm done with that. It was fun. It was fun when the fun stops. Stop. If you have sex with a llama, you have no one to blame but yourself. True. I saw a post, 45% of men aged 18 to 25 never asked a woman in person. I was like, what? So, my chat's... Hang on. Them some mighty big generalizations. Are they? Yeah. It's when you just sat on your own little show, chatting shit, it is easy to go into generalizations, to be fair. I need someone on the chat chatting with me to break things down with. When we hit women, should we use the palm side of the hand or the knuckle side of the hand? I think the rule applies. How do you spank their bum, Matua? If you're gonna spank a woman's bum, are you using your knuckle side or are you using your thing? I think that answers your question. If you have sex with llama, oh yeah, got that right. That means you fuck llamas, or else you're a bigot. Oh no. So yeah, if they then in the future identify as a llama, that retroactively means that you're a bigot if you don't admit to bestiality. Fair enough. In Dubai, there's so many prostitutes in every single suit. Yeah, Dubai is not. Like, I didn't know much about Dubai until I met a certain someone, and I've learnt a lot. It's a proper fucked up place. Sufila is real, man. Sufila. I can't really fucking pronounce. They're gonna have to put a burqa on these animals. Yeah, they're gonna have to cover the animals up. Yeah, you're just gonna have like cats, dogs, llamas, goats. No, cows are sacred in India. Yeah. Basically, anything with a moist hole needs to be having a burqa on. Mate, they're gonna have to put a burqa on apple pie. You can't even serve apple pie without a burqa on it because it's moist. I knew a guy from India that said, no, the animals are just sexier in India. Jesus Christ, Betty. No chill playing Mario Kart was lit. Hope you are chill. Couldn't tell if he was being serious or not. Yeah, never asked out. What, 45% of guys have never even asked a girl out? Never even asked a girl out. That's mental. But I don't blame them. I mean, you're raised... No wonder... Of course the young men aren't asking girls out. They're literally raised like anything and everything is sexual harassment. It's almost impossible. You have to go through the apps. You have to go through the apps now. Because at least you know that the women you meet on the apps are there because they want to be spoken to. Like if you go and talk to a woman on the street, just try and ask them how they are, get to know them a little bit, you're harassing them. That's today's climate, right? It doesn't surprise me that men don't ask women out directly anymore. Camels are more targeted than llamas. Camels are big though, aren't they? Like the bit they want. It's a bit high up off the ground, right? The days of trying to speak to a girl in a bar are no more. Hey, Jay Brown on TikTok. Yeah, I don't deny it, JB. Jay. There's just this. The climate is just scaring men away from traditional methods of meeting. But the other thing is, it's such a beautiful way to meet. When you actually just get talking to someone and you get really chatty and friendly and build up a rapport and then you go for it. Do you want to go out? And you ask them out. It's amazing. A Taekwondo themed quiz. Could do. But no one knows. You have to have studied Taekwondo for it to work. Sean Connery method is preferred. What was the Sean Connery method? Was that Knuckles? How to spank the bum. Excellent response, Bodach. Yes. I mean, please don't go around slapping women. Only if they like it. Jay, it used to be a thing as a single guy talking to a random girl in a club. That was part of the fun of going out. That's why when back in the 90s when you went out, that was part of it. You went out to have a laugh with your mates and try and chat to some girls. These days, it's like you go out to have a laugh with the lads, but leave the girls alone because it's sexual harassment. Dubai is the pinnacle of morality, but it's not though, is it, Email Madison? It's a place. There's no morality in Dubai. It's a disgusting place. I was told by certain someone that they were... Actually, I'm not going to tell the story because it might be too personal for them. I saw a vid of an Arab fucking a hole in the sand on Twitter the other day. Jesus. Now, the Middle East, man, there's some weird people out there. That's called culture. Wow, Nicobetti. Young fellas need more mentors. I don't use the dating apps. No need to go to the bar to meet some women. Go grocery shopping. Go walk past the yoga studio holding a potted plant. No, it's the climate's horrible, man. It's hostile now. It is hostile. That whole scene's dead. It's dead. Like, not that I personally want it back because I'm done looking, but it's a shame. Like, if you've got kids and that, they're growing up in a world that, you know, it's all got to be digital now. Let's give children hormones. I'm gonna make food healthier. No. Young fellas need... Yeah, Imam Hassan just likes Dubai because he's a whiz at Romeo and Juliet laws. Jeez. I get funny looks talking to customers and being nice. No joke. Oh, you work in the bars as well, don't you? Yeah. Yeah, it is. I can get it. I can get it, Jay. Definitely. It's really annoying that my TikTok comments don't come up on my stream. I'm gonna tariff you back. He's such a pathetic leader.
I voted Jeremy Corbyn in 2019. I'm fundamentally a populist. I'm against the establishment. The establishment, Labour and Tory, have failed us. Tories for the last 14 years, Labour before them when they opened the doors and everything that went on with that. And I actually had a look this morning where the highest turnout was and where the lowest turnout. The highest turnout was in Winchester, it was in Cambridge, it was Liberal, Lib Dem and Labour seat stronghold, right? The lowest turnout, you know, you were looking at 25% in some cases, was in Yorkshire and the Humber, and it was in Lincolnshire. These are all places where Conservatives won and the Form was second place in nearly all these seats. So you're seeing a situation where most normal people have no way of getting their voice out. They have no representatives in government, but they represent 40% of the country. Are disgusted. They're horrified at what's going on in this country. And they're all going to vote for reform. And if we can get the things you typically don't vote to vote, I mean, it'll be a Trump-esque landslide in 2029 if we can mobilize that support.
I need to start making these videos stay on topic. I just throw them in that random. Yeah, I got Jay on TikTok, but the comments don't pop up. Jay say, you need to come over. I will, Jay. You live 2 hours away. I like your new pub, actually. It's great. What is that word? Anti-disestablishmentarianist. Hang on. Anti-disestablishmentarianist. Anti-disestablishment. God, Jay, that's such a difficult word to pronounce. How dare you? What is a Romeo and Juliet law? Isn't that where you meet under the age of consent, but one of you then becomes over the age of consent while the other's not there yet, but because you met before, there's exceptions or something like that? In England, the age of consent is 16, and if a 15 and 14-year-old got together, when the 15-year-old then becomes 16, he's legal and the other one's not. But because they were dating since before they consent, I don't know. Is that right? I don't. Romeo and Juliet law. It seems like a loophole for paedophiles, if I'm honest. Yeah, I was wondering who the fuck Jay was. Yeah, he's in. I need to. The TikTok API is crap. It doesn't let you pull the comments in to show it. It shows like Kick, Twitch, YouTube, X, Facebook, and everything, but it doesn't show the TikTok ones. I think what we should all do is just have a safe word of pineapple and talk to people if they say, yeah. I mean, that could work. Just get people talking to each other again by having a universal safe word. So I thought there was one, like women just have a boyfriend. So yeah, that's nice. So you go up to a girl, you start talking, and you're like, listen, we've been chatting, you want to go out? And like, pineapple. Is that all right? They used to be able to just say no. No Shakespeare after 8 p.m. You Google it and then tell it to me. Romeo and Juliet law. Romeo. I can do it. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. Right, here we go. Look. The Romeo and Juliet laws. Hang on. Romeo and Juliet laws are laws that reduce or remove penalties for sexual activity between people whose age gap is small. These laws are in place in many jurisdictions. How do Romeo and Juliet laws work? They may redefine the crime of statutory rape to exclude age gaps below a certain number of years. They may allow an affirmative defense based on a small age gap. This is what I'm saying. So if there's like a 15-year-old and a 16 and they're met before, whatever, like, they may reduce the severity of the crime from a felony to a misdemeanor. They may reduce the penalty of fine. So yeah, UK laws. The UK does not have Romeo and Juliet laws, but the age of consent is 16. Sexual activity with someone under 16 is a criminal offence. The purpose of a Romeo and Juliet law. The purpose of Romeo and Juliet laws is to protect young people in consensual relationships while still preventing sexual abuse. So it's a pedo loophole. That's what it was. Nonsense gambit. The Romeo and Juliet laws. It's a nonsense gambit. It's like Schrodinger's nonce. Schrodinger's nonce. Schrodinger's nonce. Pineapple is the universal safe word. Yeah. Oh wow, a paedophile rigmarole. I need to learn to read. Oh, Jesus Christ, Matt Bates throwing the word at me. Stop making me read long words. Fuck's that, I can't. Let me just Wait.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
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 That's the one.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Anti-dis... It's even harder when you hear it.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Yeah, that's the word. Comes out well fucking loud on the Google Translate. Wait, what am I doing? Oh. Wait, shit. They only ist in a few states here. To be fair, they still own people in Dubai. So don't they have these kind of laws? I don't know. Is Dubai a place for slavery? I don't know. It's a defense for teenagers, to be fair, to prevent an 18-year-old from being labeled as a sex predator and have a register as well. I mean, I think it's fair. I mean, like, because you get, like, kids that are, like, turning 18 in the same school year, and one might be 18 and one might be 17. It's not fair to label the older one as some sex pest when they're in the same school year. You know what I mean? That is a bit harsh. I think Romeo and Juliet laws have a place, I guess. But yeah, it's like a 30-year-old and a 17-year-old is like, yeah, that's sex pestery. That's non-central. I think pineapple stop talking. Nonsense. Oh yeah. It means groups of people against groups of people. Oh yeah. It's a fucking good word. Anti-disestablishmentarian. For fuck's sake. It's such a hard word.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
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 Oh, for fuck's sake. It's such a long word. Yeah, you terrorists like New York, huh? What's your... At least I have an existing country email. Mr. Pix and Pax, are you a Jew? Are you Jewish? Are you from Israel? Is this the last one? No, we've got one. If we divide 123 genders by white supremacy, how much climate change do we have? You like pineapple, bromelain? He's a Jewish Brazilian. Fair enough. Is there Jews in Brazil? You own a store, your store gets robbed. Elon looks at the video footage of the robbery and tells you who did it. Now you want to arrest Elon. That's basically what's happening with the Democrats chasing Elon. Get it? Bromelin? Oh, Bromelin. Ugh. I'm a crypto Jew, yes. Fair enough. I'm into crypto. Does that make me a Jew? What's the longest word in the dictionary? I don't know. What is the longest word in the dictionary? Fuck off. That's not a word. That's not a word.
Pneumono-ultramicroscopic silicovolcanoconiosis.
Shut up. An invented long word said to mean a lung disease caused by inhaling very fine ash. It's a... This means you've inhaled ash.
Pneumono-ultramicroscopic silicovolcanoconiosis.
Jesus Christ. Smiles. That is a ridiculous word. Thanks, Jay. I figured it out. I googled it. I did a 23andMe and I'm mostly Jewish, European, and Basque Spanish. An interesting mix. I'm scared to do those DNA tests because once they've got that, who gets access to that data? I guess the spelling of anti-disestablishmentarian... I can't say that fucking word. I'm going to perfect that word for the next stream. I've forgotten how many memes. The people who are whining about 19-year-olds working for Doge are the same people who wanted you to listen to a 13-year-old about the climate change. How dare you? And you got it. It's a good word. I want to learn how to pronounce it properly. It's going to make me feel really smart, and I'm going to drop it in conversations, and it's going to make me sound really, really intelligent. Look at me. What? Black Betty's like, yeah, I can spell it. I'll do a quiz about all these words. Who cares, to be honest? Yeah, I'm not too fussed about where people, who they are and where they come from. I just care about character. I care about your behaviour.
This is Ashley Dalton, the new this is Ashley Dalton, the new public health minister. It's very easy to get these two individuals confused. I can see where Ashley Dalton was coming from in her Twitter exchange in 2016. But if you look very closely indeed, you can see several differences between a senior Labour politician and a llama. Firstly, we could look to the length and width of the neck. Yes, in the llama, it is actually quite a bit thinner, the neck, and a bit longer. We look at the politician, a shorter neck, less in height. Very subtle.
I can't tell the difference. I just see two llamas. I'm off, bro. I'd love to see you soon. BD party downloading. You say BD, I've been playing Cyberpunk. I just think that's a brain dance. I've been playing too much Cyberpunk. Yeah, I'll come. We need to sort something out, Jay. Cheers for jumping in, and I will speak to you soon, buddy.
Differences, but differences nonetheless. It's easy to see how Minister Dalton was getting confused. The ears are another note of difference. You can see on the llama that ears are longer and indeed slightly more pointy than the more rounded ears we see in our common or garden
an alpaca,
politician.
Not a llama.
Other things.
Is that really an alpaca, not a llama?
To note, well, of course, the llama, you can't quite see it in this picture. It's a little bit misleading, but it's actually longer. It's got a sort of longer body, front and hind legs, whereas, of course, the front legs on the politician act in a more opposable sort of way. No hooves, but hands and fingers. But there is one thing that I think might have been confusing our new Minister for Public Health. I wonder if we can get the next slide up here, because there is, of course, one individual who does identify as a llama, as well as a deity, I think I'm right in saying. That is, of course, the Dalai Lama.
Dalai Lama.
Perhaps that's where our new Public Health Minister was getting confused.
When did GB News start doing comedy routines? Oh, it's your birthday party, Jay. Okay. Long word of the day and using it in the right context. That's a good game. Mate, I'm fucking shit with long words. Have a good week, Jay. Atmospheric. Hang on, shit. Is it? I just see a politician who identifies as a llama. Is this an alpaca then? Environmental grift. All right. That's an alpaca, not a llama. Fair enough. Climate hustle. Yeah, it is a hustle. The thing is, these fucking people that run the world, they thrive on infinite crisis. And the climate agenda is the best source of infinite, perpetual, never-ending crisis. It will never be enough. There's never enough. It doesn't matter what they do, what measures they bring in. It will never fix it. They'll have us in 15-minute cities, lockdowns. They'll have climate lockdowns are coming. They are coming. They'll have 15-minute cities and all that fucking bollocks. And even then, they'll keep drumming it in. The climate. And it'll just... Now you can't have your electricity for 24/7. You can only have it a few hours a day. And you're not allowed to use your washing machine. You've got to go back to washing by hand. And they just take it from you. While the rich and powerful have it all for themselves and live affluently, freely, private jets, all the land, all the parks, all the greenery. The perpetual infinite crisis that can never be fixed or solved. It's the gift that keeps on giving to the globalists that fucking want to have it all for themselves. It's fucking bollocks. Atmospheric condition charlatan. I like that Australian vid where the guy cusses out the guy filming because he thought the alpaca was a llama. I haven't seen that. Australia's a silly country, though. I mean, they did lose a war against emus. They went to war with emus and they lost. I used to live near an alpaca farm. Are you sure it wasn't just a politician farm and they just identified? Llamas have more fur and are bigger. Fair enough. Llamas are much taller. I love it how a news show didn't even get the right animal in their mockery. How do you make yourself a cartoon? What do you mean, Douglas, Andrew? This is real. This is a real life thing. This is my existence. I'm just pointing a camera at it. I exist this way. He is clearly an alien. Exactly, Lane. Andrew, join us on Thursday for the quiz and you can win yourself an imaginary teapot. Government's writing blank checks with our tax money for this climate scam too. Where does the money go? Where does the fucking money go? People don't understand that a government contract just means picking winners. And the winners are the people who fund and wine and dine the lobbyists and give kickbacks to the politicians. Like Obama is worth how many millions now? And where he lives in how many mansions? He's a career politician that's never been on more than 300 grand a year. And he's worth hundreds of millions or something. It's madness. Do you think we live in a simulation? Something. I'm incredibly agnostic. I do believe there's a source. A God, creator, source, whatever you call it. I've said this on other streams. I don't think we exist inside the universe. I don't think everything we know, our consciousness, exists in the universe. I think the universe exists inside consciousness. If that means we're in a simulation, if that means there's God, if whatever, I think it's beyond comprehension. That's what I believe. If there was a God, it's beyond comprehension. If there's a creator or it's a simulation, it's beyond comprehension. It's like an ant looking up to the sky and trying to understand what a plane is. It has no comprehension of it. But it doesn't mean that the plane doesn't exist. The ant is oblivious to the planes. It's oblivious to the moon and the stars and the universe. But it doesn't mean it doesn't exist, right? And that's what I believe. I think consciousness is... I think consciousness is the thing that contains it all. But those are just my personal beliefs. And I know they might sound a bit mad to some people. Oh, come on, Bodach. I'm sure those public speaking events where Obama got 500k speaking fee were totally legit. That's what they do, isn't it? That's what they do. Well, we look at the Clintons as well. They did that. The Clinton Foundation soaks up a cunt load of money in government funding. And then they award the contracts to their friends who own construction companies and whatnot, who take the money, invoice, but they never do the work. Because they how many billions did the Clinton Foundation pick up for Haiti after all that disaster? None of the work got done. The foundation paid the companies to do the work and they didn't do the work. And yeah. And these are the same companies they're giving speeches for. So they get their kickback. They get a little wink wink, you know, because like this billions of contracts has been awarded. It's going to push the stock price up. So wink wink. Get your investment in. It's all money laundering. It's all money laundering. The government shouldn't be funding anything. It should just be getting the fuck out of the way. It should be saying, here's some land. There's no regulations there. Build houses. Build some factories. And let private companies take care of it themselves. I am not actually Andrew Douglas B, nor am I Andrew B. Douglas. I am Musical's best friend. I am Douglas Memo. Well, hello, Andrew. What's it like being Musical's best friend? I've only met him once and he was wearing stilts and dressed as an elf. It was a very surreal night. And I imagine when he leaves the house, there's always something surreal about that man. Those speaking engagements were definitely legit. It depends who is willing to spend 500k towards Obama's Herarium. Stop throwing these words at me, you wankers. Email Madison. Taco Johns. God. How many of these? I think that's like... Climate is not changing. It's being engineered. Yeah, what the fuck is with the chemtrails, mate? They say it's condensation, but I see fucking planes up there that leave nothing and planes that leave in a massive trail. They're fucking spraying us with something. Definitely spraying us with something. Bayer is a pharma company. Monsanto is a pesticide company. Bayer bought Monsanto. Bayer makes drugs for non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Monsanto makes a toxic herbicide called glyphosate to spray on food crops. Glyphosate causes non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. We have come full circle. Problem, reaction, solution. They create the problem to provide the solution. Bodach, are you saying there shouldn't be any government oversight or regulatory commissions? No, I'm not that mental. There should be standards. Like this meme exactly here. Like, how the fuck is a government not joining the dots? That you've got BlackRock that owns companies that create problems, and they also own the companies that create the solution. If you're going to have a government, surely it should be aimed at that to stop that being a thing. But yeah, the government saying, oh, we're going to build houses. What do you mean the government's going to build the houses? No, you're going to pick the land where you can build the houses, where it's going to help the jobs and shit, and you're going to let private companies buy that land and build houses. You don't pick the winners. It's government spending. Like, I think there should be government oversight. I think there should be regulatory standards and stuff. But the government shouldn't be funding things. Like government infrastructure projects. I think that's bollocks. Like, the thing is, like, you look at Britain, for example. Our government pays for the maintenance on the train tracks. The taxpayer pays for the train track maintenance. But the actual train companies are privatized. Make that make sense. Why does the taxpayer maintain the tracks while private companies get to make the profit from running the train service? It makes no fucking sense. Privatize it all or nationalize it all. You can't. That's nonsense. Andrew, I thought about making a VTuber avatar of Guru in a wheelchair once upon a time. Malison, do it. Lane incorrect. Honorarium implies having achieved something. Doesn't apply. Oh, okay. How do I... email Malison. How am I somehow not surprised? I think Malison, I don't know why you haven't done that. Why haven't you done that? Honorarium is a payment for services like a speaking engagement. I can pay Lane an honorarium to speak at my school or pay her non-profit that money. It's all money laundering. Leave the people stealing our money alone. Oh God, I mean, the fucking Democrats melting down. Trump, what the fuck is wrong with it? Trump doesn't know how to do this. What is it with Americans that want their presidents to be magic people? Trump doesn't know or have the time to do what needs to be done. So he needs to bring in experts. And Elon Musk is good at optimizing companies. Like X is running more efficiently than it's ever run before. Think of what you want for Elon, but X is running better than it ever run before. The website's faster, it's scaling better. The video's better, it plays straight away, there's less buffering. And he's doing it all with a fraction of the staff. He's chopped all the dead weight and they've got a small team. And he's just going to repeat that with the government. Leave the fucker alone. And fucking lefties, man. No one would pay 500k to hear that man yap. It's just a payoff. And it's not just 500k. It's not like the event's televised. They don't televise the speeches, do they? They don't televise it. The audience that they're speaking to is non-existent. It's just a way to legitimize their kickback. They've been a good little boy. They've been a good little puppet. They gave the contracts to the right companies. They ushered in the right regulations and laws that benefited the puppet masters. And now that their time in office is over, it's time for their kickback. Do a little speech. Do a speech here, 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 and here. You'll get 500k a pop. By the end of it, you'll be a multi-millionaire. And then off you fuck into retirement. Good little puppet. That's how it works. That is exactly how it works. Obama was a good little puppet. The Clintons were good little puppets. And that's why they get paid stupid amounts of money to give speeches to no one. And I remember, who did it? Was it James O'Keefe or was it the Corbett report? I can't remember. One of them did something about the speeches and found out that half of the ones that didn't even do the speech, they just got paid for it. It's just legitimizing the kickback, so no one asks questions. They just, oh, of course, Obama's so famous, he's a president, we'll pay him. I have to a bunch of extra shit to get a wheelchair added to a basic VTuber model, and I don't know anything about VTuber shit. I just find someone who does and pay them to do it for you. It depends what VTuber thing, because you got to remember, Malison, if you can just get you can use AI to convert 2D images into 3D models and then import that into VTuber software, or you can go through the 2D route. And all you have to do is have the drawing and then just sync up the lips and shit. It's not as hard as you think. I managed to do it. Anyone can do it. I'm a fucking idiot and I figured it out. Yes, Bodach, they all know how to legally launder money. Exactly. It's legal money laundering. And when you got someone like a Biden who just blanket pardons all of his fucking mates on the way out. Honorarium is bribery. Yes, Lane, I agree. It's blurred lines. And payments are tax exempt if it's paid to a non-profit. Exactly. That's how the non-profits fucking work, though, innit? You do all the bullshit to go into your foundation, your tax-free non-profit. You invest in certain companies. And then you have your non-profit commission charitable work, quote unquote. And you commission that work to the companies you've invested in, which then increases your gains. These are the fucking games they play, man. Lane, let's start a non-profit. You should start a non-profit. If you want to launder some money, you want to start a non-profit. Thoughts on capture software that lies to you and sets you in a loop so that you can improve their AI Big Brother software. That's what they call it, a honeypot. It's a honeypot tactic. Yeah, that's why every time you get a Google capture, it's always got something to do with cars and traffic, like pick the squares that got a motorcycle or traffic lights. That's actually training their self-driving cars AI. That's how they do it. And that's how Tesla works, by the way. That's how Teslas do self-driving. They've got a deal with Google for that data because of it. So you're actually helping to train Teslas and other self-driving cars when you use their captures. Yeah, it's all training AI. They know you're a human. They don't even, the capture shit doesn't even, it's unnecessary. Yeah, Madison, for some odd reason, experiencing false memories of Mr. Pix and Pax arguing with you over a Taco John's superiority obsession. No. Exactly, Matteo. Imagine what we could achieve if we put our minds to it. Let's all join a non-profit. I reckon if we all start a non-profit, we can all get rich. We just need to find some government contacts. You still have to report the money to have a non-profit. You have to have a board of directors. Yeah, of course, but who gets the contracts? Like the Clinton Foundation's a perfect example. When they did the shit in Haiti, you look at the investments in the construction companies from the people connected to the Clintons, loads of investment in construction companies, and the Clinton Foundation awarded a cunt load of money in these contracts, these companies, which pushed their stock price sky high. You then sell at the high, making a cunt load of money. It's legal. You just trade him. And they never even did the work, and no one's checking. That's us as well. I started hallucinating. Who started hallucinating? Should get to Taco John's. It would be a good time. All right. We simply buy our board of directors material. Yep, you just buy them. Western teenagers praising communism. Eastern Europeans. Oh my God, when you're in Europe, that's the best thing. Because of all the Polish people that moved here and all the Eastern Europeans, they fucking hate left wing. They fucking hate Labour. They grew up in the Soviet fucking Union, mate. Like, their parents are like, they've got the fear of God and the fear of communism in them. Yeah, the board of directors, mate. It's easy to get a corrupt board. Anyway, that was this week's Knowledgeable Fisticuffs. Fucking tingle still, Jasper. Oh. Woo! Right, I'm. Is anyone else live? Let's have a look. Is anyone streaming? It's always quiet on a Sunday. The Guru's live, actually. as if imagine there's 7 people watching me. Go to Guru and raid him. He's probably got thousands watching him. Never mind. So how many total? Okay, it's been a good. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining me tonight. Hang on, sorry, your board of directors either buy it yet. There's too many Mexican restaurants near me that are cheaper and give more food. Buy all their stock up and then sell it on a markup. That's proper capitalism. We stack it in our favour by paying them to always vote with us. Exactly. Lane gets it. I think Lane knows how to be a proper Clinton. You need one executive director that is paid and a board of directors. I think it has to be at least 3 actual human people. Fair enough. Who is Guru? MMA Guru. But anyway, guys, cheers for joining. Cheers for being my guinea pigs earlier. I don't think the quiz glitched on anyone. So on Thursday, that's the new format. You get 15 seconds and bish bash bosh done. And I'll be back on Tuesday. Bodach, see you Thursday to reclaim my teapot. Oh, good luck. Good luck, Lane. Good luck with that. But yes, I'll be back on Tuesday. Hope to see you there. Ciao.